So I told y'all I was going to update you on my previous attempt to withdraw with BG Wealth Sharing, because you got to understand a lot transpired in a short amount of time. I know a lot of you experts out there, you've been new, you said you knew it was a scam, it was finna shut down, all of those things. But for the people who were locked in and, actually doing the copy trade, getting the withdrawal, seeing success, etc., I told you I was going to update you on if I was able to withdraw again. Because you got to understand, right now, the time of this recording is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Okay. My most recent withdrawal successfully landed in my account on April 30th. April only has 30 days, not 31. So that was just 5 days ago that I actually received money directly from the exchange. That's very important to note. So a lot has transpired over these past days that has made BG Wealth Sharing, appear to lose the belief or the cultural belief in it. I'll just say that. But I told you I was going to update you. You'll probably see on the screen that it says unable to verify, which means that the previous attempt that I told y'all about in a previous video says unable to verify, which means I'm not able to withdraw. Then you'll see another one. I thought I caught the final screenshot that says under audit, meaning I attempted again to withdraw because that money is tied up in Ethereum. So it's kind of fluctuating based on the price of Ethereum. But I attempted again to withdraw, and eventually that went to fail to verify as well. The screenshot doesn't reflect it, but I'm letting you know it went to fail to verify as well. So I was not able to withdraw. But I want to pose a question, because during this time, and, a lot of people are feeling a lot of different ways. There's a lot of emotion. A lot of people mad about the money being tied up in there. Likewise, I agree. It's like, okay, I got a few thousand in there. Some people got 5 figures. Some people got 6 figures. Listen, I don't want nobody losing any money, but I understand investment has its risks. So anytime you're investing, even in the stock market, I've invested in some stocks that plummeted, or crypto that plummeted, or, penny stocks, so to speak, that plummeted. Then there's some that did, decently well, etc. So I understand that risk comes with everything that you tie the word investment to. It has built-in risks associated with it because nothing is guaranteed. So I have a way of compartmentalizing what happened and deciding how I want to pivot from that thing happening. For me, it's all about, okay, skill sets and assets. Still accumulate assets, still accumulate skill sets, but in the area specifically of trading. But I want to know, and I need this in the comments, just because I have to get out of my own way, because I can get easily caught up into my perspectives based on my view of things, my morals, my principles, things of that nature. And, it's just things that I think myself, but I want to know, what is your perspective? And this is for those who are in BG Wealth Sharing, not, the outsiders who are looking in and happy to see whatever BG is experiencing. That said, are you at the point where you're like, you know what, I want to learn the game of trading? Or are you like, nah, I never wanted to learn, I just wanted, a solution or easy way to go about doing it? And the reason why I ask that is this, because I'm not the type to really want to share any and everything that comes up just because I can. But people have been coming to me and wanting different solutions, or saying, hey, whatever, I believe in your integrity, I believe in you, whatever direction you're heading, they want to head down. I want people to learn trading in a simplistic manner so they can fish for themselves. That's where I'm at. But some people are like, man, I'm open to, they looking for something else that's similar, but they feel is more real and, proven, that pass all the tests and things of that nature. So I'm like, man, I ain't joined nothing. I ain't in nothing. I see all of the different things people offer me, different, things to be a part of, etc. But I'm like, I wonder what the pulse of the people is. Like, what's the pulse of the culture, the people who are tapping into these videos? Where are y'all at? Are y'all like, I'm looking for something else? Or you're like, nah, I'm done with this. I want to learn trade. Did it leave a horrible taste in your mouth where you want no parts of anything similar? Like, where are you at in this scenario? This is just like a heat check to kind of see where you are. Let me know that in the comments, just so I can know and get out of my own way of more so saying what I think people should do. I'm going to say that, but I also want you to share where you are, because then it lets me take a step back and say, oh, okay, this is this is where the people are. So I want to know, for those of you who are in BG World sharing, where are you at? Are you more so like skill sets and assets, like what I'm talking about? Or are you like, nah, I'm looking for something similar to try to recoup what I got tied up into the exchange in a different kind of, like, where are you at mentally? Just to kind of let me know that, because and this is me doing my own vetting. Like, I'm listening to some of the higher ups and paying attention to certain things just in case it's some value that I can share with you or those that, are part of my team. Which, that being said, I'm always listening so I can provide a solution of some kind. But it's a lot of the people who were loud and at a top level that seem to be directly connected to the professor that have gone silent. For example, I don't know her personally, but the woman Linda, who was like a level 9 in the company, she had a couple of videos that I had watched of hers, and she was doing a presentation, or she would do replays of trainings and things of that nature. And I went to her channel, and every single video is gone, like as if she hadn't uploaded any. Now, she has a certain amount of subscribers because people will come in there and watching replays, her presentations, but that's a little suspicious to me. So I know that sometimes people's leadership or people that they were tapping into have gone ghost during the time where people are looking for a sounding board. If you don't have solutions or answers, which I don't have solutions or answers to what's going on, I'm just letting you know my perspectives on certain things, but to just disappear in the abyss as if you haven't been communicating with people or leading people or, connecting with people or giving perspectives on certain things doesn't just sit well with me. That's why I continue to show up every day and publicly be wrong if that's the case. Not everybody is willing to do that, and some people just have disappeared altogether, not, doing little to no communication, if any, with people who were tapped into them or connected to them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But long story short, I was not able to withdraw. That's not a, good sign, because my wallet was connected. I know it's a debacle of things, and they say on a certain day things will get better, but I'm just paying attention to all of the things. But I also wanted to check the post with you and see where you are. You like, hey, now I'm gonna get my skill sets up. I want to learn trading. If there's an easy way for me to learn trading and figure it out, I'm open to that. Get my assets together, and accumulate those. I'm open to that. Or are you like, nah, I would like, I'm still, because there's one guy, for example, and I'll conclude with this. He was like, man, I tried all kind of stuff. If I'm not where I'm at personally, financially, then I'm willing to invest and run the risk of certain things because that's just who I am. I've tried this, I tried that. And he said he's willing to do that because that's just his investment style. Some people are aggressive investors because they're trying to get to where they want to go. And some are not, really risk adverse, not really wanting to take any risk at all. So they, if one thing happens, they're done. But some people are willing to take multiple risks if they're not where they at, because really all you got to do is win one time. You really just got to win and then maintain. So if a person gets to a place where they bought the right asset and that asset turns them into a financial freedom place that they wanted, now it's just maintenance mode once you get to that. So some people are willing to take risk over and over and over again to get to maintenance mode, to where you've accumulated a certain amount of wealth and now you're like, okay, I'm just maintaining it and keeping some cash flow coming in to where, it's still continuing to grow, but I take less risks. Some people are like, nah, I'm going to take as many risks as possible. And I would just want to know that because of things that people have said to me, things I'm hearing, questions I'm hearing that people are asking. I'm like, people are kind of in the middle of, no, I don't want no parts of this. I want to get my skill sets up and my assets up. That's where I'm at. But some people are like, nah, I'm looking for something else. And I'm like, I get that angle as well, but I don't want to be naive to the fact that when it comes to investing, and if something like this has happened, people really lost real money that they invested or put into it, and them not being able to get it off the platform, something has to come from it. I'm not in the business of taking an L and not learning from that L, that I can then position myself to, grow from that L. I'm just not in the business of just taking an L. And I want to be able to look at that and say, okay, from that, this came. From that, I got committed to learning trading and grew to this level. From that, I was now equipped to better vet a company or do certain things in a better way. So let's not take the L that is seeming to present itself and make that an eternal loss. Let's learn and let that L take us to our next direction. But I want to know where you at, and then we'll go from there. I got another video coming that's going to go over a document that a lot of you have not seen, but I vetted that document, and it's tying into the possibility of people being able to get their money back from the exchange. But I'm going to dive in deep to it and let you know my findings. I'll say that. Mr. Smith signing out. Let me know where you're at mentally, because it'll help me know the pulse of the people in the event that, I just want to get a better understanding and not just see things from one way, which is my way. Salute.